What's going on, guys? It's Silly12 here, coming at you with another video, and today we are going to be continuing the series with the Hog, and this is going to be where I overwhelm you with everything that I'm thinking about in replays. So it's sort of basically what I'm going to be talking about is little things that I do in the course of my game, and that, you know, sort of bring my hog gameplay to the next level. And I do believe that this will sort of help you get from 3500 up to around 4400, although I have not actually reached 4400. As long as your card levels sort of coincide or are similar to that of the card levels that you're facing, then I do believe you should be fine. So, a little recap. We talked about in the intermediate video, I believe I talked about, I had this deck up, I believe I talked about outcycling your opponent's defense, or counters, that be. It does get a little more difficult, as I will point out in probably future videos. I don't have any replays now, but I do believe it does get a little difficult when you're dealing with someone who has multiple counters. For instance, like they have bowler and they have cannon, or they have tornado and they have bowler. It's just sort of those types of decks. It can get a little tricky. Just sort of cover that right now. What you want to do is that you want to favor the you want to have your hog face the more favorable counter. That being, if it's like a hog, if it's like tornado and bowler, you want to be able to get the tornado and bowler off cycle, and by doing that, you sort of have to bait it. There's quite a few ways you can do that, but usually you have to bait it and then cycle back to your hog really quick, and then just have your hog face the bowler, and it'll get a couple shots, but the bowler will still counter it. And we also talked about pig pushing, which is where you place your hog not right at the bridge. What I mean at the bridge, like, so it goes straight across the bridge, but off to the side, so it sort of jumps the river a little bit, and that helps you bypass certain defense placements. And it is a good habit to get into. I did talk about, I believe, some other rare instances in which you would not do that, in which you would actually place your hog closer towards the middle and have it jump more towards the middle of the river. And that could be, let's say they put a pump in the position where if someone minors it, it'll get shot by both towers, and that's if a pump's straight in front of the king. A good hog placement there is just go straight down the middle, because it'll just go straight for the pump and it'll help take out the pump. And I would have like a zapper arrows ready, sort of like pre-zap, pre-arrowing if you have arrows, or just hovering your zap in case they're trying to defend their bump. So you can do that. And also I talked about you can place it in sort of more the middle area if they have a lot of heavy hitting troops, such as Executioner, Electrowiz, and stuff of that nature, off to like more the area where you would pig push, and you have some troops sort of distracting them. You can use your hog to sort of get around it, so it doesn't have to run into all of them. So that's another thing. So we're gonna watch some replays. I apologize that I have been tilting, so it is gonna be a little harder for me to be finding some of these replays, and we're going to talk about, or at least I'm going to talk about, everything that I was thinking about throughout the course of the game. So we're going to do this one. I believe this is a good game, if I remember it correctly. I've been facing quite a few graveyard freezes, because all the graveyard decks that I've been facing, they're not using poison, they're using freeze. So right when I see he drops that giant skelly, I decided to go ahead with a hog, because I know he's going to be a little low on elixir, because giant skelly is 6 and he's only going to have 4 to stop my hog, and chances of him having the perfect counter, that's sort of low. But even if he did, that would give me information on what his counter was, and then I could start counting his cards on when I could get his counter out. So I don't really think that this is like hog gameplay per se, but more some little tornado tips. I guess this sort of ties into hog. I do tornado a lot defensively to get my king activated. Oh, I also hogged there because I knew he was low on elixir again, because he did the elite barbs rage little thing there. So right here I'm actually pretty confident that I'm gonna do fairly well against this guy, because graveyard is his main win condition, and when your king tower is activated, it makes graveyard users it makes getting a tower a lot more difficult, because they have to not only deal with one princess tower, but also a king tower also shooting at the skeletons. And a king tower shoots, I believe, maybe the same speed, but maybe a little faster. It sounds faster, and it does take out the little things, and also it requires them to be placing their freeze in a different manner, and that it could still. It could still. So it could freeze both the king tower and your troops. So here, I'm perfectly fine with it taking a tower. That's an instance in which I already know the tower's gone, and what I'm doing here is that I'm allowing him to do some damage to. This is a risky thing to do, but what I was doing is that I was allowing my king tower to take a little bit of damage, so that he would go after my king tower for the 3 crown. And I was using, and what I was doing is that I was using that to my advantage, because I knew he was going to focus like a lot on my king tower, which I could defend fairly well, while in the meanwhile I would be taking out his princess tower so I can get the victory. So that's something you have to think about, is use your king tower's reserve. King tower is the hardest tower to take. It is very heavily defended. It's also really far back, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to take. So if they're going after your king tower, that's either a good thing or a bad thing. Could be a good thing in that they're playing, well, at least that. It could be a bad thing where they have, like, 2 lava hounds down, they also have 2 balloons down, and they're just going all after you. So I zapped there. I know I'm at an elixir advantage right there, because I did a positive elixir trade on the zapping the 3 elixir goblin barrel, and also on my 4 elixir hog, and he placed a 5 elixir inferno. So I still know I'm a little bit up here, so we're gonna go hog and just sort of see what he has. I'm sort of waiting for his skeleton army. What worked out really well is that somehow my ice spirit was able to freeze those goblins, which did a little bit of damage to them, so that my zap would take out the stabby goblins, as well as the spear throwing goblins. So nothing too fancy happening here. We're gonna go hog again, just because at this point I have it down so low that I'm just really, at this point, I just want to get some chip. I just want to get some chip damage on that, and slowly get it down early. So, and the reason for that is so that when I go into overtime, I really only have to focus on defense, which is nice. So he missed his fireball right there, which worked really well for me. And right here, this is gone tower, because I know he has like 0 elixir. My musketeer's up, my hog's hitting it, and it's just that tower's gone. So my musketeer's also getting a lot of damage to that knight right there. I believe I'm gonna tornado maybe? Yeah. I get my king tower activated. A little late, but you know, I still got it, so I'm not gonna fuss over it. Bit of misplay here. I should have waited. You know, it's like they say, patience is a virtue. Should have waited there. I fireballed right there because that was actually good value when he dropped the Dart Gob. Because the Dart Gob and it was 3 elixir, and the princess is 3. So I got a nice little positive 2 elixir trade right there. I usually don't like fireballing the princess unless it's literally my only choice. And right there I'm tornadoing it back, so it's still in range of my musketeer, but it won't do too much damage to my tower. So I knew I was safe there because I knew he was running the variant in which he didn't really have any direct damage spells, so I was perfectly fine. I'm sort of mad that I have to do this recording again because in the previous recording what happened is that there was a text message that popped up and sort of had some of my personal information, so I didn't really want to upload that to the interwebs. So what's a good replay we want to show? We've already showed that one in a previous video. I think we also showed that one. And then that's when I started using bait. Okay, so we're going to see if we can find another one. Just bear with me here. Replay not available. Oh no. This is no bueno. Oh, it's because I've been battling a lot and it resets it. Okay, so we'll just go with this Royal Giant one right here. Against Migume from Inda Clan. So this is sometimes you'll have this sort of starting hand where you don't really have anything good. I'm gonna fireball right there because that's really good value there. This little ice spirit thing. So basically, what my focus in this battle is to take as little damage as possible. As you can see, what I'm doing is every single time there's a wave of fire spirits, I'm trying to counter it with something. Like here, musket. I honestly don't know why I was waiting to play my hog here, because oh, I think I know why. It's because I wanted enough elixir to be able to fireball. But I do let a couple waves of fire spirits hit my tower. Not the end of the world. Here I'm just going to ignore the wizard because I already know he's established the fact that he wants this left tower. So I'm defending this. I'm defending it. This isn't the best defense because the ideal defense is where I have knight, musketeer, skeletons, and ice spirit on it. That's the ideal defense. I was sort of forced to play musketeer because, again, I have to keep reiterating this. When you're playing hog, you don't want to take a lot of damage to your towers. So even in some cases, you may have to sacrifice, like, you know, another troop or another character or whatever you want to call it, in order to, you know, have that happen. This is the ideal defense right here. Actually, no, this isn't the ideal one because I still let him get a shot. You'll see a really good stop of the Royal Giant. I believe it's his last push, and I defend it really well. So I choose not to fireball here because I know I can stop it with skeletons, a musketeer. Skeletons, musketeer, which is an even trade, but my musketeer will also help defend against this Royal Giant. So this is the really good defense I was talking about. So I have musketeer firing at it. I have knight on it. I froze it with my ice spirit. I had skeletons take it out for no shots. So that was good game right there. As you can see, I said down below. So this is gonna be the end of the video. I would like to do this with other cards. I can do it with Giant P.E.K.K.A. Not Giant P.E.K.K.A, but actually, yeah, I guess you could say the Giant. I can do it with the P.E.K.K.A. I could also go Golem. What else? Miner is also a very solid one because that's also a very good win condition that um, some people have, but I want to stick it to cards that everybody has easy access to, such as the Giant and 5 Elixir Giant right there. You also got the Lava Hound, the P.E.K.K.A, the Golem, cards of that nature. I don't really want to do the Expo because that's a pretty difficult card to use, and I'm decent with it, but it takes quite a bit of skill to just be decent with it. So just let me know down in the comment section below if you liked this series and if you would like me to continue this series and cover other cards as well. Sort of an update though. I may not with the uploads. I may not be as consistent as I am now once summer hits around May, around like the May 20th range. Actually, no, starting not this week, but the week after. I don't think I'd be super consistent because one, I'm moving into a new place. Another reason is that I sort of got wrapped up into like teaching a summer school course. So I don't know how that's gonna be, like with grading papers and stuff. So the good news is that I'll be done with that in July. So I'll keep you updated with that. So worst comes to worst, worst case scenario is that I'll only be able to upload maybe once or twice a week. Or maybe I'll just go bonsai on the weekends when I have time and just upload like, 4 videos like I did, I don't know, like a week ago or so. And I'll just do that so I can give you guys some sort of content. But I don't think I'll be able to keep up with it with my current job as well as having to teach. So I'll keep you guys posted. This is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and please let me know if you liked this series, and I will see you guys in the next one.